Talk 1470 AM and 95.3 FM. The Health and Wealth Radio Network. WNN.
Sit back, relax, and breathe while breathing in the benefits of salt in our invigorating Salt Oasis. The Salt Suite of Boca Raton and Delray Beach provides 100% natural treatment for sinus, respiratory, and skin conditions. From the adult relaxation lounge to a children's playroom, salt therapy opens up sinuses, lungs, and flushes out allergens and pollutants for all ages. Give us a call at 561-288-0481 or 561-316-7258. Mention the Brooklyn Cafe Show to receive one free session. Contact the Salt Suite of Boca Raton or Delray Beach to book your appointment. TheSaltSuite.com. Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? Is your child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495.
In a perfectly imperfect world, you can eat the foods you love, lose weight, and be healthy. But what if I told you you can do just that? In fact, your diet should be perfectly imperfect by eating the foods you love and still achieving your health and wellness goals. I take the guesswork out of nutrition by giving you my simple and effective strategies so that you can live the healthy and happy life you will love using real food to get real results. Schedule your nutrition consultation today at 888-84-TAMMY or visit my website, tammyfogarty.com. Don't delay, get healthy today. 888-84-TAMMY.
Following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Well, it's 1 o'clock and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open the lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go by easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or dream making. It's the feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smooth. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work or play, a movie review, a restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll-free 888-565-1470 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddy S. get your happy juices flowing.
Welcome to all our friends in South Florida, Boston, Atlanta, New York City. Hey, Joe, shut that off.
You know who that was?
You know, yeah, I know who it was.
Song of the Year.
Is it?
Yeah.
From the Grammys?
Yeah.
That's the Song of the Year?
Yeah.
I could tell you about 500 different other songs.
Song of the Year.
You serious?
Yeah.
Not too good.
He won Album of the Year, Bruno Mars. Song of the Year.
I know, Bruno
24 Karat
Mars.
Gold won. I know, there was a whole big controversy about how so many more men won at the Grammys than the women. We're a little delayed on this news.
You know, I have
we had a big show yesterday.
I got one thing to say.
Yeah.
That's just not right.
Which part?
Because there were some really good songs by men.
Men or women?
Men.
Well, they're saying that the men always win.
They don't always win. Don't give me this.
They're like 9 to...
Don't give me this. No, you know, I'm going to tell you something. Me 2, me 3, me 4, all of that stuff right now going on, well, which is controversial.
Ed Sheeran's song took over some of the other women, so some of the other women are like, what about me?
Did you see...
But Ed Sheeran's songs are amazing.
Despacito, I believe, was made by a male.
That was a great song.
3 males. Great song. It is the #1 selling song in the history of selling songs. And that includes Michael, and that includes some of the Beatles, and And
number one. Country? Beautiful country.
It's not that. It's that it was a male, is what I'm saying.
Well,
now there's some females.
Bruno Mars, that was Song of the Year at the Grammys.
Wow, I didn't even watch the Grammys. I had to work.
I have been working. It was not easy. You know, I get very distracted, and we're working 7 days and nights, and now you want to watch TV, and I got to put headphones in, all this stuff going on. So that was the song, Grammy Fever.
Grammy Fever.
Speaking of Grammy Fever.
Listen.
Speaking of Grammy Fever.
Yeah. Yeah.
The new show starting on Tuesday.
Yes.
The Grammys were, I think it was the 54th Grammy when they were decorated in this beautiful digital art with Gartel, which is amazing. He'll be hosting the show on Tuesday with Dan right here at the Heart of Delray Gallery. It is a new show. I think it's called Art TV Radio Network is what I think the name is. It's going to be airing at 12 o'clock right here at our studio at the Heart of Delray Gallery.
It is actually
by Dan and G-Talk.
But it's actually the Grammy show. Did you see that?
I did. Well, yeah, he told the Grammy, the giveaway, the megaphone was all covered in his art, which is phenomenal.
Is that his Grammy?
I don't think he won the Grammy. He designed the Grammy.
He designed the Grammy.
He designed the Grammy.
So we're going to have the Grammy show here at the Art of Delray.
There you go. The Heart of Delray.
Art. I call it the art because it's the art show of Delray.
It's a silent H.
There you go. It's kind of like...
Wow.
It's kind of like herbs.
How you doing, Johnny?
Johnny on the spot.
Doing great. It's a beautiful Tuesday, ready for the big game this weekend.
What big game?
You know which big game.
Listen, it's really bad when people tell you, why are you watching the Super Bowl for the commercials?
For the commercials.
The commercials are getting more run. This is going to be such a blowout. This game is going to be over by halftime.
But the commercials will be good.
Yes.
We should put a commercial on there.
Well, I can't eat any of the food.
Right? Why?
Because I can't eat the stuff you eat.
You know what?
What?
We're going to ask. We have a Tuesday tip calling in today with Tammy. A new segment. We're going to talk about. Let's talk about Super Bowl tips. She doesn't know we're going to ask her, but we're going to put her on the spot when she gives us a call. Our new segment on Tuesdays called Tuesday's Tip with Tammy.
I can't pronounce it.
Tasty Tip with
Tammy.
No, I can't.
Not another T. Tuesdays
with Tammy. I come up with
these
things at midnight. I don't know, but I do. So Tuesdays is going to be
Tasty drinking heavily.
Tasty Tuesdays with Tammy.
Stop drinking heavily.
Just lots of coffee going on.
Lots of coffee. Now, I have an issue with Facebook. It doesn't let me share our show. What is going on now?
What do you mean?
It says I can't do it.
What'd you do?
I don't know. Gotta find out.
You share it, Mary?
I share it. It says I can't.
I shared mine. I don't know what you did.
I did too, and that was it.
Want to do a little bit of housekeeping?
Do some housekeeping.
Welcome, Johnny. Johnny on the spot. We've got Reed in the other room doing some, I don't know what Reed's doing. He's doing some editing.
Commercial editing.
Really nice. We've got Deb Barcelona with us. Today is 3D Learner back on set. There's always more to learn. Teaching Tasty Tuesday. I love how these things just line up. But tomorrow we have a big guest coming on. We have, I'm going to pronounce it the right way, Everglades Angels Dog Rescue. It is a new organization we're working with, and what they do is they rescue dogs from the Everglades. So people who let their dogs run away, and they leave them in the Everglades because they think they're going to do better in the wild. It's not true. They do not. So these unbelievable people from many organizations have come together to join the Everglades Angel Dog Rescue. They'll be with us tomorrow, and we're promoting an event. So we're kicking off this event. Johnny, can you put the flyer up, please? It is February 18th at Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza in Delray Beach.
Where?
Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza.
That's right down the street.
Right down the street. There it is. It says Give Back Night. I think it's a Give Back Day.
Give back, just give back.
There's the flyer. It's a give back. It's all day. It's from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. that Sunday. 20% of proceeds from anything you eat at Anthony's or take out from Anthony's, if you mention Everglades Angels Dog Rescue, goes back to their foundation. And you can bring your dogs. And they're doing pet adoptions there. So it is a dog-friendly event. It is Sunday, February 18th, all day.
And you have a dog now, right?
Yeah, I have a 10-week-old puppy. Yes, I do.
You do?
Grand puppy. A grand puppy. That's what it's a beautiful thing to be the grandma on this one.
Your daughter's dog, is that the name of the animal is your daughter's dog, yes?
The animal is my daughter's dog, yes.
Okay. And what is the name of the dog?
Her name is Cookie.
Cookie.
She's cute as
it's
can
a crumb,
be.
Cookie crumb. All right, so Cookie was a rescue, no?
Cookie was a rescue. Cookie is a Hialeah mutt. I guess you can kind of call her a rescue.
Hialeah mutt.
You know what happened?
It's a rare breed.
So my daughter's an art teacher at school in Hialeah, and her students came and said, Miss G, our dog had puppies. We have one we'd like to give to you. She was very excited. So
that's a new teacher's gift.
So by the time you get to the whole story, it wasn't their dog. They were dog sitting for their uncle's Yorkie Poo. Well, the Yorkie Poo ran away. The Yorkie Poo came back pregnant.
Oh,
so
oops.
hence a Hialeah mutt. And the only reason they might know who the father is because this dog was hanging around outside for the rest of the vacation time. So we now have a new puppy. She's very cute. She's like Chihuahua-ish, floppy ears, Yorkie. I don't know what she is. And she is not housebroken. That I can tell you she is not.
Well, the bottom line here is, isn't it crazy? Now, she just got this dog, right?
2 weeks ago, yes.
And here we are doing the
dog rescue.
Anthony's Cold Pizza, which is right down the street.
It is. It's right on Federal Highway. So they will be with us tomorrow, the Everglades Angels Dog Rescue. You'll get more information. They are a 501c3. It is all charitable, everything volunteers. And they have over 325 dogs they have placed in 2017.
They have placed?
They have placed in new homes.
How many they got to place now?
I don't know how many more they have, but that's a tremendous amount of dogs.
Well, somebody call us and tell us how many dogs we have to place. It's just dogs and cats?
Just dogs.
Really?
Everglades Angel Dog Rescue. Dog.
Okay.
Dog. D-O-G. Anyway, that's coming up tomorrow. And big news, big news that we need to relaunch March 24th. Save the date. March 24th. What's happening?
We are doing a special at the BB&T Center for Connected Warriors.
Connected Warriors.
And friends.
Connected Warriors. It's all about giving back to the vets, mental health. Sarah from Be Well Advocacy will be there. Muriel is putting together something from Designer Liners to give back. Beautiful lined waste paper basket bags. We'll have Connected Warriors on it. It's all about uniting everyone and letting our vets know that we love them, we care about them, we support them and their families, and to bring them back home to one beautiful event. So that is going to be Saturday night, March 24th. Save the date. Once we get the link, we will post that out as well.
The amazing thing is that this time, not only do you go to the game, but after the game, you can slap a puck into the net again, yes? And they're going to have this big thing on the Jumbotron.
And a part of every ticket sale proceeds go back to Connected Warriors, which is even bigger. So when that event came through yesterday and Peter Spears called for that, that was just mind-blowing. So it's incredible. 10,000 tickets, 10,000, whatever.
We need 21,000 tickets.
21,000. We're going to fill it, all price points, from $20 on up.
That's right. And the funny thing is that the owners of the Panthers were in the military.
They all went to West Point, yes. So
all
big connection. So save the date, March 24th. And I'll be turning 49 again on that day. So we'll celebrate again.
Actually, now you go backwards.
I'm going backwards, exactly. I'm counting backwards now. As long as it makes sense with my daughter being almost 26, 49 still
You're going to pass her going backwards, or she's going to go forward?
I'm going to pass her going backwards.
That'll work. I also asked, I'm waiting for a phone call. I want an infantry to come and surround the stadium that day with tanks and Jeeps and all sorts of stuff.
I've got to give Judy a call.
I'm waiting for her to call me back. Judy, if you hear me, call.
All right, we've got 3D Learner with us today, and yes, they were on with us a couple weeks ago, and the response was just overwhelming. How many new clients and kids came to you from that day? I know someone walked in that same day.
Well, it's that time of year where parents are it sounds like where parents are starting to be able to get that kind of notice or that kind of look from teachers saying, it's time to be able to have your kids be.
Is it because report cards came out? What's happening?
No, I think actually it's all your fault.
I mean, we're good at what we do.
It's a great effect of the Brooklyn Cafe TV, and what happens is people just sometimes are in this world where they're trying to deal with a reading problem,
Joe.
And they just
What is that?
I think Joe's promoting a new spot for us. Eat it.
Eat it?
Eat it.
Tammy's on.
Oh, we're in the
Joe, I just need to know, was that your creation or Tammy's?
I asked her.
I'm impressed. That was really good. I like that.
That's kind of scary.
That was by what? Weird Al Yankovic?
Right?
Was that who it was?
I'm talking to Mark.
Voiceover because we can't hear it.
I'm talking to Mark, and Mark I hear eat it. I'm like, Mark is saying eat it?
Mark is not saying.
I do a funny Edith Bunker.
Is that what it is?
That was the segment. Hey, Tammy, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
I'm good, Johnny. You have that spot. Today is Tuesday's Tasty Tip with Tammy Fogarty.
Thanks for having me.
So today's Tasty Tip, we want to build around 3D Learner.
Okay.
Healthy breakfast and after-school snacks.
Absolutely. The kids are going to want to eat, that's for sure.
But there's other things they should be eating, not opening a bag of Sugar Pops or Pop-Tarts when they come home and they come to you. I would think you would prefer not a box of Pop-Tarts.
Oh, that's exactly right. Tammy, do you have any thoughts about, I mean, certainly we want to be able to have some protein kinds of things, and now with everything that kids are staying on, which is good. You know, dairy, I don't know. What do you think? Any thoughts?
Oh, you know, I'm not a big pusher of dairy, but I am a pusher of making sure the kids' snacks have a purpose. So it's going to, you know, make them have natural energy, not a hyped up sugary type energy. So I always encourage my parents to, one, get the kids involved in making the snacks. Because when
that's
they come
for sure.
home from school, they're starving, they're hangry, they want to eat something right away.
Hangry.
So instead of giving them the little bag of chips or the cookies, make something with your kids. Because if you can get them involved in making something, you can make a really simple, healthy snack that they'll love. And, you know, it engages their senses by, you know, seeing food, touching it, playing with their food. If they make it, they'll eat it.
Well,
so I have tons of recipes, like chickpea cookies and protein
Chickpea
poppers.
cookies?
Really?
I know, as long as
Chickpea
they chips in
cookies.
them.
Really? They're so good. You would like them, Freddie. They're chickpeas.
I don't know, Lucy. I don't know if I like that chickpea
Tammy,
cookie.
the interesting piece that you say, and I totally agree with the kids being involved and wanting it, and actually when we actually lay out a visual schedule for parents and kids to use, I even put the snack on it, because as you know, when they're home, it's like waiting to be able to have something, being able to have it perfectly ready for it. Mark used to pick our kids up from Hebrew school with actually a hamburger in hand, because by the time they'd get home 20 minutes later, oh, what is it they eat? So being able to have it right in the carpool line.
If you picked my kid up at Hebrew school and didn't have food, that next 20 minutes was not enjoyable.
Not a positive
Really?
thing.
Tammy, what are some snacks that you would recommend?
So, I mean, my go-to is always to have fruits. You can make really nice yogurt dips so that they can put baby carrots or, you know, any kind of vegetables if you can get them to eat vegetables. But I do have a lot of recipes on my website. I actually just put some up today, and little things that contain like oats and, you know, nuts and seeds. So again, if they have a nut allergy, you can replace it with seeds. But they're good, they're sweet, but they're 100% natural. There's no added sugar to it. The only added sugar would be some raw honey.
So you have that on TammyFogarty.com?
Yes, TammyFogarty.com, and they can grab all of those recipes and let the kids make them, and you can make a big batch of them, store them in the refrigerator. When you pick them up in carpool line, just throw them a little bag of goodies, and they'll eat it. It's great.
I have an idea. Tammy, someone told us that our set should be more like a cafe, since we are the cafe, so we should have food and snacks in our cafe. So we should go to her website, Freddie. Forget you. You're giving me a look. I'm going to go to the website.
Chickpea cookies?
And I'm going to make some of them.
I don't like chickpea cookies.
You don't like me cooking either.
I like, no, not you, 9/11.
And then we can have them for snacks.
What are you going to make?
Tammy, what am I going to make? I'm scared.
You're scared.
Make the chickpea cookies. I promise you'll be pleasantly surprised. I fool every kid with them.
I'm going to make them tonight.
What?
I'm going to check out the website, TammyFogarty.com.
What are you going to make?
I'm going to make chickpea cookies and bring them tomorrow. All right, Tammy, thank you so much.
Hey, wait a minute, Tammy, for the Super Bowl, what can a diabetic eat?
Chickpea cookies.
Oh, dude.
No!
Baked chicken wings instead of, you know, if you have guac or...
Did she say chicken wings?
Baked.
Oh, yeah.
Vegetables.
I take chicken.
Protein.
I take bacon. Oh, I love this lady.
You know what, Tammy? Maybe we need to have you back the end of the week, and let's do some Super Bowl recipes.
Yeah. Hey, Deb, you have any recipes for Super Bowl for a diabetic? No?
She's shaking her head now. All right, Tammy, I'm going to call you later. We're going to set up, maybe Thursday or Friday this week, we can do some Super Bowl healthy recipes that we can snack on and have for meals. Thank you so much.
Sounds good. Have a great afternoon.
Yes,
too.
because we're having a tailgate party here. Did I tell you?
No,
For the Super Bowl?
I missed that memo.
Yeah, we're
All
having
right,
a
so we know we
tailgate
need
party
food.
here.
1-800-84-TAMMY, T-A-M-M-Y, or TammyFogarty.com. All right, I'm going to cook some chickpea cookies.
Oh, God. Well, I hope you enjoy them.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got 3D Learner for the rest of the hour. Tasty tips, getting your kids involved, mental health. I don't want to talk about failure. I'd rather talk about success. 888-565-1470, and we will be right back.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner.
a beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow. Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer.
In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
feel silkier,
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant. Vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
Hey, I'm Doris Vilk. When life keeps you crazy, the job, the kids, a husband, how do you escape? Fantasize about romantic evenings? Follow the exploits of Hollywood actress Susan Chatham in my erotic novels, Love Arrested and Love Attempted, and revel in Susan's steamy love life. There's lust, passion, and betrayal. But what doesn't kill her makes her insatiable. Buy the ebooks or paperbacks at Amazon. Visit me at dorisvilk.com. That's V as in vibrant. Prepare to be aroused.
What is Debersize? With over 25 years of personal training experience and workout techniques, Deb Varsalone invites you to Debersize. Debersize comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Debersize can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening to higher-level boot camp and weight training. Debersize will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
Join Dawn and Freddy weekdays at 1 at the Brooklyn Cafe for all your fun.
And we are back on a Teaching Tuesday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. We have 3D Learner with us today on set. We've got Mark and Mira. We had Tammy's Tasty Tuesday.
Now, Mark was in the middle of a story.
Mark was in the middle of a story when Eat It came on and Tammy came on. We're talking about healthy snacks for kids, getting your kids engaged, having them participate in cooking and in their learning. It's about making them empowered to be successful.
Successful.
All right, Mr. Mark, what is happening with 3D Learner?
Okay, so one, I just wanted to bridge the conversation you had yesterday about mental health. And I was in a conversation with Dr. Jerome Schultz a couple of years ago, who's a world-leading child neuropsychologist. And I was trying to enroll him in a campaign we have, which is called Success by Third Grade.
Success by Third Brain.
Yeah, we've changed it now to
third grade.
Not third brain.
At the third brain.
We've now changed it to Success by Third Grade or sooner. But I was asking Dr. Schultz his reaction, and his reaction was, you do realize that if most of the kids were successful by third grade, you would cut mental health issues in half. Because most of my clients were not successful by third grade, and that led to a whole lot of self-esteem and other challenges.
So we're talking about the self-esteem and the I'm not good enough, I'm a failure.
Empowering, well, because if they are not being successful in school, which is a major part of their life from the time they're 5, well, then how are they feeling the rest of the time?
And you think it just goes back to the lack of success, the lack of them feeling adequate to get through school. And third grade is all of this testing. Are they still doing that in third grade?
Yes.
Everywhere, nationwide. And it's interesting because we've even had the opportunity of working, certainly with a lot of these recovery centers and, with kids that are 16 and above. And the other piece about that is that, we asked them about what happens. They were like, yeah, we weren't very successful in school. A good share of them are way smarter than they actually would have actually been in.
So,
to that end, in that end, well, no, actually, I want the first one, Johnny.
The first one, Johnny.
So this Sunday, we are actually offering a free parent workshop. We've called this Parent Success University. We're having it at our office. We're having a school psychologist, Dave Kransky, who's actually here in practice here in Delray. And we're initially talking about kids' reading problems, but really more than anything, you can see this stressed mom. It's like, that's kind of, we could show stressed dads, but moms are the ones that really feel it, right? Every mom I've showed this to is like, yeah, that's me. The truth is, this is stress time. We are halfway through the school year. Some parents are getting some indicators from their kids, even in first and second grade, about, well, your kid's not just really cutting it. And we might be looking at having them think about having them be retained. It's only halfway through the school year.
The stress level of, even when we were kids and it was just your reading and your math and your academics, now you put technology into it. And I can tell you, I've had a computer problem for 24 hours. I was up till 1 a.m. I fixed it. However,
that's right.
If you put the technology issues and the glitches and the speed of the internet because it's not fast enough, or you're not getting that information, or you're plagiarizing, that's a whole nother level of stress that your kids are dealing with.
But more than that, we're also dealing with, as a developmentalist, which was sort of certainly my background, when we talk about these younger kids, remember, we've raised the standards for these kids by a lot. So everybody thinks that, maybe I can push this much more into a cup. There are only so much these kids can have, and the fact that they are not doing specific movements, let alone their diet, let alone sleep, a huge piece. And, and then you talk about sports or other activities, and then when exactly you're supposed to be able to do that, because we're seeing kindergartners that are seeing tutors 2 and 3 and 4 times a week.
Well, you do a lot with movement, and we didn't really talk about that in a while, as a matter of fact. No. You work with little kids, and you've got a whole room that has the balls, that have the activities. You start with, in your books,
for movement, yes,
on crawling and tummy time, and it goes far back to infancy. Can you explain why?
Well, so as infants, the way we learn, right, the way they start to be able to learn is through their senses and through their body, where they are in space and through where they're seeing, what they're hearing. And since 1992, so all of these kids and a lot of their parents were put on their back. And part of the challenge is we all hear about having kids go on tummy time, but it's like, I just didn't have the time, or my child just doesn't like it. The importance of that is the sensory piece and building their brainstem and their neck and having them be grounded and know where they are in space, and then specific movements about crawling and finger plays and songs and rhythmic kinds of things, but the movement piece is so key. I think I learned from someone a number of years ago, they almost call these kids bucket babies because they're taking them from the car seat to the infant seat to something else, and then they're sleeping on their backs. They never actually get a chance to be able to reach up and explore their world. It's sort of fascinating, right, that yoga's become this big thing. Why? Because you're getting down on your tummy and then you're reaching up. And
well, in fact, it is the bucket babies. Those umbrella strollers that the kids sit in, and they go from crib to car seat to these strollers, and that's why so many of these little children are wearing the helmets. Because it's helping to reshape the skull, because they're so mashed down from never being active. The back or the side of their heads have not grown appropriately.
It's funny. I was never in a stroller. We went from crawling to walking, and we always walked. I don't understand what this whole stroller thing is. And I don't know, kids go to school nowadays. When I was going to school, we had too many books. So we complained because they wanted 40 books on my back. I couldn't carry that. So then we got lockers. And then they went to that alternate schedule where Monday, Wednesday, and Friday was one schedule, and Tuesday and Thursday was another. And there was so many books. Is that still the same now?
Well, they don't really have books. A lot of them now carry them in their electronically.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, and they have electronic.
I understand, but what's worse is that means that these kids actually are really not reading and reading for fun, because we have now made reading this unbelievable activity of you have to be able to break up and sound out and making it this tedious piece, and I can't let you go on, and so what's the fun of that? So the books, you're right, that you thought you had, it's now we're in front of these screens, and really the jury is still out about what the effect of all of this video visual, there we go about that combination, video visual piece is having on these kids' brains.
Well, let me ask you this. You know, we're so old school that you had the book in the highlighter, and there's something to be said about the connection between your mind and that highlighter, or the action of truly engaging in what you're reading, into this, the tablet. And how can you track them when they're reading electronically? You do a lot of the eye teaming tracking.
Well, so there are a number of things. One, actually, with certain audiobooks, you can actually really have highlighted that you can track with them. That's kind of a neat thing. One of the actually online reading programs that we use. I'm not a huge fan of it, but sometimes it's a way for us to be able to keep track. But we actually have to be able to, if you're doing eye teaming, you actually have to be able to do it physically. It's not just the computer that's actually always
doing it. Remember annotating in your book?
Right, but see, a lot of these kids now they annotate everything. Everything's important because they don't really actually have the language.
They've highlighted the whole book.
So did I.
I think I'm just going to highlight everything.
I just put it in a bucket of paint and make it yellow. But I got a question, right? I mean, everything's yellow. I got a question. People nowadays, John F. Kennedy, the President of the United States, once said, every question asked, go to a book to get an answer. It was what his grandfather taught him.
Hey, Siri.
And the reason he did that was because we've lost the ability to search for truth. And it's funny that he said that, because after seeing the post, that's even more strange. But anyway, if you don't search in a book and you go to a pad and the pad gives you the answer, this is why journalism is changing in this country. Finding information is changing in this country. Comprehension is changing in this country because of that act. It's too easy.
It's too easy, but what's happened is a couple of things have happened simultaneously. One, we have many more visual learners than we've ever had before. The society where kids are having a lot of ear infections, where there's so much visual stimuli, kids are learning to learn in a hands-on way, which isn't bad. But at the same time, this was what's called this dyslexia wave, which says that every kid should learn to read phonetically. And I'm going to make you sound out word, much like the way I learned Hebrew. And by the way, I was awesome at reading Hebrew. I had no clue.
I knew what it meant.
No clue what it meant.
I still don't know what anything means.
Okay, so what happens is, and what we're going to do on Sunday with the Parent Success University, and it's actually for parents of kids of all ages, is highlight the risks that these kids are facing.
Right.
I mean, parents don't realize that if a kid's having a word identification problem in first grade, he's got almost a 90% chance of being a poor reader in fourth grade. If he's got a reading problem in third grade, over a 70% chance of still struggling in 12th grade. So there's a real risk. But then we're going to show the parents what does learning differently mean, and how different it is to learn by phonemes versus learn with a clay-based approach.
Right.
And then we're going to show a metronome. We just had parents yesterday. It was just great to see, because when two parents come in to see what their kid's actually doing, and the kid's trying to match a beat, and all of a sudden,
after 10 seconds,
after 10 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, he's way off. The parents realize that's what's happening to him in the classroom. And then we put him on a visograph, which actually looks at what his eyes are doing when they're reading, and the kid's skipping words and lines.
Let me ask you, what does that have to do with ear infections? Back to what you
said.
Okay,
so if you go back to ear infections, if you talk about listening, learning to read,
well, especially
sounds,
ear infections when kids are 1 to 3, it's critical. And the parents, oh yeah, they had so many, we finally had tubes. So think about that. Someone wrote a book about talking underwater, and that's what it sounds like. So instead of having them really hear words correctly, they're picking up visual cues.
That's why they should go to Soul Suite.
Well, that's true, but the point really is that we're now talking after the fact. We're talking about 7 and 8 and 9 and 12-year-old kids.
But they're talking that way. Why?
1.5 or 2.
Because they don't hear it properly.
Because they never heard the exact speech correctly.
So what happens
is,
and
so that language piece was kind of lost at a critical period of time than when they're acquiring speech.
So what happens is a kid who might have been a more traditional left brain, logical, sequential, and auditory learner now becomes a visual learner. He learns better when he sees and does things because his auditory system doesn't work as well as it should. Now, the schools are still teaching the old way, the logical, sequential, and auditory way. So a lot of bright kids, especially when you have creative parents that are very successful in life, well, they often had problems themselves in school. Okay, so now if they go into a school where we're going to teach you the old-fashioned way, and then we're going to test you, and if you don't pass the test, we're going to train you more in exactly the same thing, and then we're going to test you some more, and then we're going to train you more exactly the same thing. And then somebody finally says, you know, after years of doing this stuff, maybe we should try a different way. And what 3D Learner talks about, if you know your kid's a visual learner,
let's get those basic
things right. Let's teach him like he's a visual learner, because he can be successful in months, not years, if he's taught the way he learns.
Now, does every kid have a different ability to be a 3D learner? In other words, does kid A, maybe he's better at certain parts of it and another kid and so forth? Everybody has, so you're going to actually work towards their strengths.
Well, absolutely. First of all, we happen to be one of the few people around, which is sort of ironic to me, but that really looks at strengths, and let's deal with their strengths and teach them to their strengths and teach them how to use those strengths to be able to be successful in school. Listen, let's be honest, like, we need to know the basic sounds of words and letters just because that's what a code is, right? But, and interestingly enough, it's so fascinating to be able to have, like, we're working with a young lady last week who was really just a kindergartner, and you put a letter in front of her and she didn't get it, but we started to be able to put words and words with meaning, and all of a sudden she took, and she really knew what they were. It's not, everybody goes, oh, well, she's just memorizing the words. Well, that's fine, except that when we took it from one story to another story that had a completely different picture, she was actually able to do that. Now, again, does she need to be able to know what the basic letters and sounds are? Yes, but why would I keep going? I mean, you should have seen her little body talk about rigid, and just when I started to be able to put something that wasn't a picture, like when I put just one letter, and she'd look at it and so I don't know that I can name it, but when I put a word in front of her, and that's kind of what we call it, she was able to do it. And being able to have us respond to recognizing what was going on with her, sort of physiologically, emotionally, socially, and change that, made all the difference in the world. And now, even I got a call from the teachers at the end of the week saying, oh, she's just so much happier coming to school.
You know what comes to my head? Remember that game we played, My Name is Alice, and we had the words, but we were jumping around and we were doing
we're moving it.
Yeah, no, they're not Alice, doing that. It's Freddy. But we were moving around, and it's the connection. It's like, go back to grounding. It's feeling the earth. It's feeling the movement. And all of your senses coming together. So if you're sitting with a book or a tablet and you're trying to sound out the words, oh my gosh, you and I would never get through anything because we totally lose our focus.
And yet there are all these other sort of sounds. You know how we teach the kids the alphabet song, right? And I always get these kids because they're, you know, I'll look at them and they go, I know, Miss Mary, you don't want me to sing the song. But Elemento is one letter because they don't really have any idea about
Elemento is
I thought that was a bug.
And A and Y
and Z. Do you know that I cannot sound certain words like licorice? I make up sounds, and I make it funny.
Oh, you would never pack second grade.
I wouldn't. Not because
but you could still be
I just don't know the difference in sound. I'm very bad with this. That's number one.
How's your hearing?
And what? And then yesterday you talked about labels, about how to break these labels and everything else. So a kid that goes to this whole thing becomes labeled.
Right.
And it's not because they are labeled correctly, it's because of this issue.
Well, what happens is it gets a little more difficult or complicated than that. What we live in as a school is what's called we got to label the disability. You know, for a kid to get services in school, he's got to label it. One psychologist said to me recently, you know, I said, look, the kid's a visual learner. He's really strong when he's hands-on. And he says there's no medical code for a visual learner.
For the strengths of what a kid can.
Give it a code.
If you're a left-handed pitcher, do you need a code to pitch left-handed?
No.
No, okay? You want to go to the kid's strengths. So we start off, and we'll start the conversation on Sunday with the mindset. The mindset that we walk into for our own kids was we wanted our kids to be all they could be. Okay?
They ain't going to put them in the Army.
Well, you want your kids to reach to their strengths.
You want a kid to love learning. to be successful at it, and to
read.
believe he can be whatever he or she wants to be. But the second thing is we use an assessment called the Structure of Intellect assessment, and we were at a school meeting a couple of years ago, and this 27-year-old psychologist blew us off because she said, I've never seen this assessment. What do it? You don't even label kids. And the principal said, actually, this assessment we used for a number of years, and it shows you how a kid learns where they're strong and where they're weak, and how to help them succeed. And then the principal said to the special ed person, and why don't we still use this? And the special ed person said, because in a school, you have to label a kid with a disability in order to qualify for services.
Right.
Because you don't qualify for services, you don't qualify for funding from the state. And if the school's not making extra funding from the state, then the school is going to be looking for extra funding someplace else.
It's like a rat on a wheel.
It's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? So we should label our children so the schools get more funding and your children's self-esteem goes down. But on that note, we're going to go on a commercial break. We're going to come back on something positive.
Yes.
Give us a call, 888-565-1470. Let's teach our kids success, and we'll be right back.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow.
Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
Feel silkier.
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
In a perfectly imperfect world, you can eat the foods you love, lose weight, and be healthy. But what if I told you you can do just that? In fact, your diet should be perfectly imperfect by eating the foods you love and still achieving your health and wellness goals. I take the guesswork out of nutrition by giving you my simple and effective strategies so that you can live the healthy and happy life you will love using real food to get real results. Schedule your nutrition consultation today at 888-84-TAMMY or visit my website, tammyfogarty.com. Don't delay, get healthy today. 888-84-TAMMY. Don't delay, get healthy today. 888-84-TAMMY.
Does your child learn best when they see and experience information? Is your child smarter than indicated by test results? 3D Learner is an integrated learning program that helps identify your child's strengths and challenges. 3D Learner's individualized program for academic and athletic success will significantly improve reading comprehension, test scores, and self-esteem. Contact 3D Learner today for more information. Call 561-361-7495 to unlock your child's true potential. Visit us at 3dlearner.com or call 561-361-7495. Add that extra wow factor to your home or office wastebaskets with designer liners. Designer liners will turn an everyday home item into the pinnacle of decor at an affordable price. Available in a variety of prints from polka dots, zigzags to paisley. Dare to dream bigger with custom designer liners for your charity fundraiser or a company logo. Reusable as basket decor liners or gift bags, and made in the USA. Designer liners will enhance any home or office. Get yours today at designerliners.com or wastebaskets.com. That's designerliners with an S.com. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
toot-toot-boo-doo-doo-day. Join Don and Freddy weekdays at 1 at the Brooklyn Cafe for all your fun.
And JoJo's on the line for you.
Hey, JoJo, how are you doing?
Hey guys, how are you?
Welcome back.
I know, I really miss you guys, but we're working on something, so I'm not going to be gone so long.
Okay, good. How's everything in Melbourne?
I'm in the coolest place. You got to look at this place. It's called Maxine's Hair Salon. Check this place out. I'm going to turn it around.
We don't have you on screen, though.
Not me.
Do you have her on screen,
You
Johnny?
see her,
I'm
Johnny?
talking to them about sponsoring if we're going to do something.
Oh, yeah, wait, he got it. He got it. Don't move. There you go. Stop moving so much because you get me seasick. Don't move. Stand still. Don't move. Don't move. Don't move. You're still moving. Turn your phone sideways.
Oh.
There you go. Okay, now, don't move.
I see me.
You see me, okay. Don't move. Because when you move, when you start to move, we get seasick. How you doing, JoJo?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
There's a little second delay. Listen, are you going to come down and check out the new cafe? I have to show you the new one. So you can check out.
I'm going to come down next Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
I miss you guys.
Well, next Thursday, there's a big event here. We are launching Art Radio TV Network. So there's a big
It's so hard for me to hear you.
event.
It's the guy who invented the Grammy.
Wait, I'm going to move a minute so I can hear you better.
Okay, go ahead, move.
My hair color.
I can't look at it.
Red,
Oh,
let you guys pick.
where are you? The hairstylist?
Yeah, I'm at the salon.
Ah.
All right, we'll have to see you when you come visit.
You can't see it though, can you?
We do.
No, we see you.
It's
Yes, we
beautiful.
see you.
Yeah, this place is really cool. It's called Maxine. And I'm going to talk with them about sponsoring something up here.
Okay.
Very good. Now you have to turn up the sound when you call so you can hear us.
I have you on speakerphone.
That's what you do. Can you hear us?
I can see me. I know what I look like, but I can't see you guys.
We look the same.
We look the same. I'll show you how that works. But anyway, this is the VMix Social, so that's very nice. We'll see you Monday.
We'll see you Monday. Bye, JoJo.
All right. Now, the interesting part about what JoJo is doing is it allows us to bring in people from all over the
Now she sees us because we were looking at you before.
She had it backwards.
You guys.
All right, honey. We'll see you Monday. Oh, listen, by the way, did you see on the news where there was a young kid in the hallways and she had on a wig because she had problems with her scalp? And this
Alopecia?
bully... what?
Alopecia? Maybe.
Is that her name?
No,
No.
that would be the name of the
Some guy
disease.
came along and pulled the wig off and ran away as a bully. And she started screaming. So anyway, it was on the news this morning. And now she shaved her hair. She's bald. Beautiful young woman. Beautiful. And she's learned that it's okay to be herself, that the bully can keep the wig, is what she said. He can keep it. He needs it more than anything else.
Right.
But these are some of the things in school that are happening because her grades weren't good. She's having issues with school, and we're not getting the help that they need. And this is the part that I get a little teed off about.
So
Is her mic on, Johnny?
the big sort of plug. So I first started, Mark and I have written a book called The 3D Learner, and it has really helped thousands of parents worldwide. It's a international bestseller. But when I first started, and they always tell you that the hardest book is your first book, so we said, good, we'll write our second. So I wrote
Start on
something-
number 2 first.
We may as well, right?
Yeah.
So I started with something called Life is a Ball, and I've been one of those. It's sort of interesting because I'm definitely a 3D learner, I'm really visual. But one of the things that was quite a gift for me was to be able to rhyme words and put words together. And as my kids said, it sort of sounded like Dr. Seuss. So I ended up writing this book called Life is a Ball, Don't Put Me in a Box. Because, they talk about the 3D learners as being kids that are out-of-the-box thinkers. And my response to that is, what box? And we just met some parents just this last weekend who said, Mira, I downloaded your book, which, by the way, is Life is a Ball is free on our website. They could download it. And he goes, and I was in tears. That doesn't.
Is it a sad book?
It's really helpful.
upbeat.
So Life is a Ball, Don't Put Me in a Box was written so that parents, grandparents, professionals can view their child, grandchild, and student from a strength-based perspective. I wrote it in a different format so that those reading it might gain some insight and understanding that what it's like to learn differently. It's meant to be shared, just as these children are meant to be celebrated for who they are and what it's possible for them to achieve. And it's our responsibility, as I say, to see that we give them the right opportunity to bounce as high as they can and not deflate their enthusiasm or their potential.
So what you have here is the first quote by Dr. Seuss, which is amazing.
Right. It's kind of my
Today you are you, that is truer than true. There is no one alive that is youer than you.
Right.
Which is, again, Dr. Seuss.
There is no one, that is by Dr. Seuss. And this is how you start the book off.
Now, I have a question. And Johnny, you're a millennial, right?
I am.
I mean, you're under 30, yes? You're under 20?
No.
No.
Somewhere between 20 and 30. Okay, you're a millennial, and you graduated school, yes?
Yep.
Okay. Do you see how, when you were going through the system, that this stuff, this kind of learning would have helped you?
Absolutely. I am more a visual audio learner than anything. And
hands-on, right? You needed to be able to learn how to be able to use this equipment. You didn't just read about how to be able to do it. And
right. Hence
I got it.
I'm in this field, and
Right.
you know, I was never good at, say, standardized testing. You know, SATs, ACTs, all those standardized tests you had to take in school. I was terrible at those because I never learned in a way that benefited towards that information, comprehending it better.
We just didn't meet you early enough.
That's right.
Listen, I'm the IKEA queen. You know, I just have to laugh, and I'm so excited that my son and daughter-in-law took our 3 grandsons, and the 6-year-old actually came back and said, I can help you build all this stuff. And he was so excited because he could figure it out, and his mom, who is brilliant, was like, go for it, honey, because I don't know how to put this, I can't visualize how to be able to put this together.
But the amazing thing, I'm sure that Reed would echo the same thing, and Sam would echo the same thing, is that because I understand Johnny and Reed, because I'm the same way. I could not, my son says, here, read this. I says, I can't. I'm not going to read all this. I'm not going to understand it anyway.
Yeah, I know.
So I say, here, don't you read it. And that's how we get through to this thing.
And he emerges out of the extra room, and here comes
Reed. Is doing that. How you doing, Reed?
I'm doing good.
Doing good.
But Deb, you have a 6-year-old grandson?
Yes, I do.
And how is school for him? He's just starting off. What's it like going through school again with a whole nother generation?
Very, very different than when I went to school, I think.
Very different.
Do you think he's a visual learner? Do you think how is he on reading? Because he's at that age where they're reading.
Yeah, he does really well with reading, but you know, we had some struggles. We had to work with him on it.
What kind of struggles?
Well, you know, just getting him to sit down and focus.
The attention piece was like, thank you, I'd rather be running around. Thank you very much.
But is the attention span because they're not comprehending? I mean, that's the question.
It's a multitude of issues. It could be that their brain's not wired to make paying attention easy. It's also that you've got what kind of competition did we have? Just playing ball and doing things like that. Today they've got all sorts of video stimulations, 726 TV channels, 923 video games they can play on their iPhone. So there's a lot of competition. School now is more boring than ever compared to the alternatives.
Well, yeah. I don't know, just trying to turn on the TV.
Well, yeah. What happened? Somebody lit your light bulb?
What makes school fun? Think about it.
Lots of things are good
when you
fun
can be out with your friends, and you can be doing video games, and you can be on your skateboard.
And my heart goes out to the teachers as well, because
makes
it's
school
really
fun?
not, I mean, let's remember, I mean, if we were all kindergarten or second grade teachers, the principal would walk in and say, oh, you're on page 22 and you're only on page 18. I mean, we all have to be teaching the same thing at the same time, the same way.
But then let me ask you a question. I love working. Okay,
Right.
people will say I'm a workaholic. I love to work. I love what I do. I love how I put things together. I love the adventure of every day. When I was in school, I went to summer school voluntarily for 3 years. I took Spanish. I took the cello. I took French, which I can't remember a damn word of
You
it.
play the cello and French?
I played the cello and the
And
violin.
learn French. Right.
And learn French and Spanish, and I'm Latino, and I wanted to go learn it correctly so I could speak to my parents. But the bottom line here is I loved it. So now I think that love has gone towards what I do for a living. I love to work.
You love to learn.
I love to learn. I love the excitement of it because I'm not afraid of failing anymore.
So we're going to go back to where Mark started about this anxiety and mental health piece. You know how many kids we are seeing that are 5, 6, 7 years old that have anxiety about school?
We talked about
already.
that yesterday.
Already.
We talked about that. What about kids that have to take care of their parents?
Well,
they're young.
Those kids have it way worse. But if you look at it, it doesn't matter the kid who's 5, 6, or 7, or is 13 or 14.
Right.
Okay. If they're stuck in this trap of being a right brain learner in a left brain world, it's hard for them to see the way out.
Right.
And so it really is, when we did a lot for our daughter, right? But it wasn't until 8th grade when we were told in a transition meeting she wasn't college material that we took over the steering wheel. Right. And we realized that for our child to be successful, we needed to take action. And I think that's the key message to parents and grandparents, because it turns out grandparents
have a huge
play a pivotal role because they have the perspective of having seen their own kid, right, who often struggle themselves in school. And the parents have the perspective of seeing themselves struggle. And now because standards have gone way up in school, kids that might have gotten through before are now struggling. So now the mindset that we're suggesting that's great for parents and grandparents is saying it's time for you to take control. Because if you sit in on meetings at school, literally my cardiologist would suggest I limit the number of meetings I go to. Because it's heart-wrenching.
It's heavy on the heart.
I mean, it's awful.
All right, you can go to 3dlearner.com for more information. Sunday is their Parent Success University.
It is free. Please join us. We'd love to be able to have you.
And by the way, David Kraske will be joining us from the Children's Center right here in Del Rey. And if you can't make it on Sunday, whether you can make it or not, go to 3dlearner.com and take our success assessment.
Or mention the Brooklyn Cafe and get $50 off.
We have a special focus assessment that looks at your child's learning level.
561-361-7495. We will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Be kind to each other. Call 3D Learner. It's time for your children to be successful. Bye-bye.
Don't be late.
Hi, I'm Danielle, and this is Jason Alexander, and we are Tailored Soul Entertainment Services. Call us for your next event at 561-352-9190. And as we always say, feel that heat, we can ride the boogie, share that beat of love. I want to rock with you all night. 561-352-9190. I look forward to hearing from you.
In a perfectly imperfect world, you can eat the foods you love, lose weight, and be healthy. But what if I told you you can do just that? In fact, your diet should be perfectly imperfect by eating the foods you love and still achieving your health and wellness goals. I take the guesswork out of nutrition by giving you my simple and effective strategies so that you can live the healthy and happy life you will love using real food to get real results. Schedule your nutrition consultation today at 888-84-TAMMY or visit my website, tammyfogarty.com. Don't delay, get healthy today. 888-84-TAMMY.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow. Look at your eye.
What a difference. And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
feels silkier,
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow. Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Well, that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at Brooklyn Cafe. To rewatch every minute of the show, call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddy S. after the closing, or to leave an order for fun for the next show. Have a meaningful day. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests,